Hello TL Travelers, and welcome back to the TL Travel YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, hello again. I am actually home in Alberta for once. I feel like we got this filming space all set up and then we just took off on all of our travels, and I haven't really had a chance to use it all that much. Not as much as I wanted to. So today I am doing a bit of a sit down with you guys. It's been a while. So obviously if you read the title of this video, you know what I'm up to. I'm going to answer some travel questions for you guys today. I've been making a note sort of since I started my channel of questions that people seem to ask like over and over again more than one time, and that list has grown so huge because yeah, I never actually did the Q&A. So I'm going to start with 5 questions that I get asked the most. I'm going to answer those today, and then if you guys like the Q&A or you guys have any more questions, you can leave them in the comments below, and I will do another Q&A next time I have some time to do some sit downs, maybe after I get back from Indonesia, which is our next trip. So yeah, anyways, now I'm just rambling. So let's just get on with it and we will get to the first question. Numero uno. So being in the business of travel and traveling quite a bit, planning travel for other people, I get asked all of the time what my biggest travel fail has been. And I will tell you, there have been so many travel fails in my travel life because, you know, you live and learn. And I had a few in my head that I wanted to share with you guys, but I'm actually going to share my newest travel fail for my honeymoon trip, which is coming up here in a few months. We are spending 3 weeks in Bora Bora and like the French Polynesians for Vlogmas, so that's gonna be super fun. And basically what happened was, because I do a lot of bookings like directly through an airline or directly through hotel management, I usually get all of my information from them and then I book with them. It's a whole spiel. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. But with the airline, basically what I did was I wanted to book like one of their inter-island flights, and this is why I do the travel before I send you guys on the travel, FYI, lessons learned. So I sent them an email and let them know which islands I wanted to go to and if that was gonna be all right, how much that was gonna cost, everything like that. And they got back to me and they said, yeah, the islands that you've chosen, those are perfect. Those will all fall under one sort of like ticket category for a group flight. So just go ahead and book your hotels. And then once you have your hotels booked, come back and let us know and we will book that flight. So I did, booked everything, got everything exactly the way that I wanted it. And then when I went to book the flights with the airline, then they let me know that no, in fact, while I could do all of those islands in one trip and one ticket, I had to do them in a very specific order. A very specific order that they did not make me aware of. So I booked all of the hotels for all of the days that we needed them and all the stays and everything, and now they're out of order, not in the right order. And when I tried to change the hotel room date bookings, it just didn't add up. They didn't have availability, all that kind of stuff. So instead of just flying from one island to the next, we have to fly from Tahiti to one island and then back to Tahiti and then to the next island and then back to Tahiti and then to the next island, which not only like doubled the price of our flights. It'd be like a really big pain because who wants to spend an entire day traveling when they could just get on like a 20-minute flight? So anyways, that's a lot of fun that's still to come. And that is for sure my biggest travel fail so far. Okay, let's move on to the second question. Question number 2. So question number 2 is, do I look back on my travel fails and like find humor in them, or you know, have any of my travel fails made great memories, or is a travel fail just a travel fail? Move on with your life. So there's one specific time that I think of when I think of a travel fail becoming a really great memory. And that was, we were traveling over the border from Argentina to Chile. And so we took the bus to the border and then over the border. And then we're in this town and we go to catch the shuttle. And they're like, oh, there isn't another shuttle today. You'll have to stay the night. So we're like, oh shoot, you know, like we have a hotel booked where we're headed next. So it'd be really nice to get there, but that's fine. We'll stay the night. You know, when's the next shuttle leave? 4 days. Obviously we had no choice but to just stay. So we booked like 2 hostel beds in like a 14-bed room, but no one else was there. So we had this brand new dorm cabin with like all these beds, just the 2 of us in it, and we booked some rafting and stuff with a guy who actually worked and did some rafting in the Rockies as well. So he was super fun to get to know, and we went whitewater rafting, and it was some of the most amazing rafting we've ever done. It was so much fun, and we just made such great memories out of that like little mishap. So while yeah, it was kind of annoying at the time, travel fails can often turn into amazing memories if you'll just let them. So the third question that you guys had for me multiple times is probably by far the question I get asked the most, which is, how do you find the time to travel and how do you find the money to travel? So time to travel, that was an easy one. When I first graduated from university, I would do like a year working and saving, and then I would take like 6 to 8 months off and go traveling, and then come back and then work and then go traveling again. And I did that for a little while, and now obviously travel is my job. So time to travel, I got all the time to travel. And then Derek, he works a job where he works 1 week on and then 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off. And he also gets, you know, vacation weeks like everybody else. So if he takes 1 week of vacation, essentially he can have 3 weeks off to travel with me. He doesn't always come with me, but he can come with me more often than not. So having the time to travel is something that we're both really lucky to have. And then as far as money to travel goes, obviously again, now I have my company, so we get great deals on hotels and great deals on different experiences. Sometimes we have hotels that offer to let us stay for free, complimentary stays, you know, excursions, that kind of thing. But I didn't always have this business, and when I first started out traveling, you know, it's not like I was made of money. I was a struggling student, that whole thing, but it was really just about like setting a goal, where I wanted to go, how much it was gonna cost, and then working my butt off to save that money. The fourth question that I get more often than I would expect to get is just what my favorite food was to ever try overseas. I feel like my subscribers are kind of foodies like me, and I can respect that. So thanks, you guys. My favorite food that I've tried overseas, curry puffs. They're like little puff pastries with like curried potato and peas, I think, inside of them. I think it's potato and peas. It sounds really weird, but like it just tastes so good. And you can go to the local markets and stuff and get them for like 10 cents basically. They're not good for you. Like they'll for sure help you pack on the pounds, but man, do they taste good. I want curry puffs real bad and can't get them here. Just can't. But on that note, if you are watching from Edmonton and you know where I can get a curry puff, you comment that down below. That's a kind request. And then last but not least, question number 5. What is the most adventurous thing that I have ever done? So people will categorize like most adventurous, probably in very different ways. What I would count as being something super adventurous for me might not be something adventurous for you, but for me, like an adventure-y thing that I did that I was really proud of was climbing Mount Fitzroy in Argentina. Mostly because I am not a huge hiker. I love the outdoors, I love the scenery, and it's always worth it when I push myself to do a hike, but I don't hike all that often. Like coming down, I'm fine, but climbing up like a steep hill, or I do okay with steps, but like hiking uphill, I hit a point where I'm just done and I don't want to go any further. So for me, Mount Fitzroy was one of those hikes where like I could have stopped halfway and had a full-on meltdown because it was so hard for me, and I didn't, and I made it to the top. And when I got to the top, there was like a moment where I was so excited to have finished, and then it was a blind summit, so I had to keep hiking. And I did. And then there was that second moment where I was like, this had better friggin' be it. And it was beautiful. So I would say like in my mind, that's one of the most like adventurous things that I've done, where I've like stepped outside of myself and like really pushed myself and just, you know, went for it. Okay, so that's it. That's the 5 questions. That was a lot more painless than I thought it was going to be. If you enjoyed this video, which I hope that you did, I hope you will give it a thumbs up and let me know. And if you have any questions for me, travel related, business related, just questions period that you want to know, leave them for me in the comments box below. And I would like to know what the most adventurous thing is that you have ever done. So if you have watched this video all the way to the end, I encourage you to let me know in the comments as well, because I actually really want to know, like, what are my subscribers up to? What are you guys doing? Like, I know you're out there. You don't all comment, but I know that you're out there. So let me know. And on that note, until I see you next, stay great, travel safe, and don't forget to subscribe because we post new travel content every Thursday and Sunday. Love you guys, and thanks for sticking around.